Today we are going to look at a very interesting topic, which I know most of you do not really understand the dynamics of the two. But I think by the end of this video, you should have a clear understanding of the topic. You should also be in a position to either increase your active income base just by maybe improving on your skills, or rather to improve on your investments when it comes to your passive income. So we are going to have a deep dive on what is active income, what is passive income. We are also going to do a comparison of the two, and once we are done, then you can choose where you are at. Okay, so let's start with active income. So what is active income? So active income, you can define it as simply exchange of time with money. So I know in Kenya, we don't really have a payment structure like that. But in the US, you are paid per hour. So if you work for 8 hours, you are paid. If you have overtime in the hours that you've worked within that specific day or week, you'll also be paid for overtime. But in Kenya, we can relate this to people who have been employed. So it is exchange of time for money. The moment you stop putting time or you stop working, that is the moment your active income comes to an end. So there are several examples for active income, like freelancing. So if you're a freelancer, I know there are several websites out there for freelancing, like Canva, where you can go there, do your designs, and maybe sell them on that platform. We have Upwork, etc., etc. So if you are somebody who delves in freelancing work, you will be paid specifically for you to commit time in that specific task that you've been given. Then you'll be paid. On completion of the project, you are paid as a freelancer. Then we have consulting for professionals, like what I do, where personally I consult on finance and management issues. And you can get me on LinkedIn. You just go on LinkedIn, then search Dennis Akoyo. You'll be able to see me there. You'll be able to see my services, and maybe we can have a chat if you have any work or project that you want us to work on. So as a professional person, and you are into consulting business, you'll also be paid just for committing your time to do some specific tasks or duties. Okay, so you are offering your expertise services to somebody, and that specific person or company is paying you for that specific responsibility. And you see, as a consultant, there are several people, even mentorships. You go to your high school and there is somebody who's coming to give you a mentorship talk. That is a professional in that specific thing. And once the talk is done, they are paid, and that's it. So there are several avenues where you can explore as a consultant and be able to earn this active income. Then part-time gigs. You find somebody, let's say tutoring services, maybe you've been called like these lecturers. You go and you find somebody has said, tomorrow we are going to receive a special guest, a lecturer who's coming to take us on this special topic, who's coming to take us through this special topic. So that specific lecturer is not on full-time employment at that university, but he's only being called for that part-time, how will I put it, for that part-time lecture session. And once that is done, they are paid or remunerated for that. In Kenya, something that I've always done is I'm also a theater arts and film director. So at times you are called upon in specific schools and you're just told, "Hi Dennis, come and assist me in directing. I need you for Thursday and Friday." So that is where they pay your transport, they pay you for that specific period of time, and once you're done, they pay you every day. So those are also part-time gigs which you can also delve in. But I think, in my own understanding, we can also put employment in that specific thing, because employment is whereby you are paid for your time. In your contract, it is well stipulated that you'll be working 8 to 5 p.m. So yes, it is a stable income. You're paid for your time. The moment you stop committing your time to these specific duties or roles, that is when that income stops, because it is an exchange of time and income. Okay, so it is the two. You give us your time, we pay you. You give us your time, we pay you. You complete our projects, you do your tasks, we pay you. Okay, so benefits of active income is immediate payment. In active income, there is nothing like go, will sort you out in the next month or two. No. If you've called me to do a specific duty, I've completed the project, I've submitted the project, you've confirmed it is okay, then you need to pay me. If you've called me for my consultancy service where I'm coming to guide you, let's say for a week, and I do my business, the week ends, you pay me. If you call me, let's say to a part-time gig as a lecturer, I need to come and give a special lecture maybe to your people, or a seminar, and I'm the chief guest because I'm the one who's going to give a talk to these specific people, or even musicians, artists. You are called for a special appearance. In fact, in Kenya, artists are making a lot of money just for special appearance. They just come in your club, and the moment they come, everybody knows this celebrity A, B, and C will be at this specific event. So they only come because of you. And the fact that they have come, they also have to pay you. Special appearance, it works magics when it comes to all these freelancing stuff. So immediate payment is once you are done, you are paid. There is nothing like wait at the end of the month. No. Once I am done, I am paid. Then another thing is skill development, because like in consulting and freelancing, you are exposed to very many avenues out there, very many tasks, very many responsibilities, and this means that your skill will be sharpened. There will be need for you to improve yourself on a day-to-day basis. Because if let's say you have been designing these graphics, or rather, how will I put it? You've been designing these posters in this way, then you are exposed to even better posters. It will mean that you now need to sit down and see how best you can improve when it comes to designing. So you are exposed to several things, and that puts you at a better position for you to have or to improve your skills in that specific thing that you are doing. Okay, then the drawbacks of active income is, first of all, time dependent. You must commit your time to it for you to be able to earn something out of the task that you're doing. So let's say, for example, the moment you stop committing enough time, like there are these jobs which pay you per hour. So you're supposed to work 8 hours maybe for you to get a certain amount, or rather it is limited to per hour. So you're told you're paid $100 per hour, or even $50 per hour. Then you work for 4 hours. You earn only $200. But if you work for 8 hours, then that means you'll earn $400. So it is dependent on time. So the more time you work, the better for you, because you will earn more. Okay, so it is time dependent. So if it means, if let's say you are sick and you are unable to work, it means you're not being paid. Okay, some jobs are like that, because if you're a freelancer and let's say you go to Upwork, and the moment you get some tasks, you do them, you submit, you get paid, you do them, you submit, you get paid. It means when you're sick, you cannot look for those jobs because that income is not guaranteed. Okay, so active income is dependent on time, and that is one of the downsides, because anything can happen. At times, maybe today I'm on my feet, I'm okay, then tomorrow something happens and I really cannot dedicate this amount of time to this specific thing. I have to redirect it elsewhere. It means my active income has been affected, because what I used to get, I'm not able to get it right now because of the time factor. Then income ceiling. And this means unless you increase the rate of how much you're being paid for that time, you losing some money. And I want you to frame it in a way that will clearly understand. So either you increase your rate per hour, or you increase the hours you are being paid. I don't know whether it makes sense. No, you increase the hours you're working for you to be able to earn more. So if you're used to work 8 hours and you're paid $50 per hour, it means you're earning 400 within that day. The moment you reduce these working hours, the lesser you earn. The moment you increase these working hours from 8, let's say, to 12, the more you earn. Or rather, you can come down and say, I've done this job for a while. I think it is time for us to renegotiate our rates. So if you increase your rates, let's say from $50 to $100, it means you can even work for 4 hours and still earn the same $400. So there is an income ceiling that depends on your rates, that is one, and also depends on the time you have committed on this specific task. And that, I think, sums it up when it comes to active income. So let us look at passive income. So passive income is money that is earned but does not really require you to put in much effort. So this is income that you earn but does not really require you to put in much effort. But the initial setup will require you to put in money, time, and more effort. Let's do an example of a landlord. You are a landlord and you have properties that are earning you 1 million per month. That is a good idea. But let's go back. Before you became a landlord, it means you had to put in income, you had to put in time, you had to put in effort for these properties to be built ground up. But when they have already been built, it means you can sit in your house from morning to evening doing totally nothing. But you are guaranteed that on a month to month basis, you will be earning income. That is passive income. Income earned, but you really don't have to do anything for you to get this money. Though initially you put in money, effort, and time for you to be able to build it ground up. And this also involves it is not only on issues like rental income, it is also on dividends. You have 2 million shillings, you've gone and purchased, let's say, you've gone and purchased the stock of a certain company, let's say of a certain company, let's say in Kenya. So you can sit down comfortably, or even you've gone to your circle and you've purchased shares in that specific circle. So it means on a yearly, you'll be earning dividends yearly for that specific company or circle because you had already invested your money and bought some shares for that specific company. So you can simply be sitting down and through the dividends payout, you're able to earn something annually. Okay, because what are dividends? Dividends is when it is at the end of the year, the company sits down and say, okay, we've made 3 billion in profit, so we need to divide it equally amongst our shareholders. And that is when now you earn your annual income because you had already invested initially. Now your money is working for you. Okay, then we also have royalties. These also artists, maybe they sing songs, they're paid in royalties. Maybe you have these ebooks where you sell and you're paid in royalties. So royalties is also a way of your content working for you. Let's say you are a YouTube creator, something what I do right now, like a content creator. You post this thing on YouTube, and in the next 5 years, it is still working for you because you're paid based on the views that you're receiving on this specific platform. So royalties is also a way for you to sit down and your work is now working for you. We also have rental income. I think I have touched on that. So rental income is where you build your own property, and once the tenants are in, they start paying you on a month-to-month basis, and that is how now you are earning your passive income. Or even you can invest in real estate. You don't really have to build your own. You just go to a certain company, then invest in real estate, then you'll be able to be paid based on the profits that are received in that specific investment. So the benefits of passive income, it is flexibility. It allows you to earn money without necessarily requiring to put in time in that specific thing. You can focus on other priorities. It gives you the freedom of sitting down and just knowing that on a month-to-month basis, I'll earn 2 million. In the next month, I'll earn 2 million. And you don't have to commit yourself to anything. So you have enough time to focus on other things. You have that freedom because you're guaranteed that your money will be coming. Scalability. Now, unlike active income, which tends on most time to be just what will I say? To be specific, like the amount. You can even work on your budget because this month I will earn this amount, this month I will earn this amount. When it comes to passive income, there is scalability. You can sit down and say, because I'm earning 2 million a month, I'll also build more properties so that I push my earning ceiling to maybe, let's say, 3 million or even 4 million. So you have that flexibility to decide where your income ceiling needs to be. Okay, unlike on active income where your income ceiling is not guaranteed, because unless you maybe increase your rates or you increase the hours you're working. But for this one, you can sit down and use those revenues generated to even create more passive income opportunities. Okay, then the drawbacks, I think it is the initial investment. Not everyone will have money to invest in that specific business, because some businesses like building a property, for you to be able, let's say, to purchase land, you need let's say 50 million. For you to be able to build that property, you need, let's say, like 30 million. So you have to either have an initial startup capital of 50 million or 100 million or even 20 million, and most of us will not be in a position maybe to have this money ready. So it might be a challenge for you to raise that initial capital for you to be able to invest in that specific business. Then market risks. Like, let's say you've invested in stocks, you've invested in real estate, or even royalties. You face too many market risks. Like, I have experienced people who have built properties and no one is even renting a single unit there. I remember there is that while back, I think 4 years ago before Corona, I was working around Hurlingham, and there was a building that had just finished. And for like 1 year, or was it 1 year or 6 months, no one had rented a unit in that building. And you could imagine the pain of that specific investment company or landlord. Because you see, it is the dream of everyone. Let me build this property, then I have tenants. But at the end of the day, you build a property, no one is coming to rent. Maybe you took a loan, you're supposed to repay your loans, and now they're on your neck. Kindly repay your loans. If people are not coming, you have to pay it either way. So it is not guaranteed. There are market risks that you have to consider before you do your investment. Even in stocks, sometimes stock market crashes. Okay, so when stock markets crash, there is nothing you can do. There is a company in Kenya, I think it was selling the shares at a very friendly rate, and people rushed to purchase it only for it to be dissolved or to declare bankruptcy. So everyone who invested in it as a shareholder was not able to get their return on investments. And you see, that is a challenge that they face. You have genuine money, you want to invest in a genuine business, but at the end of the day, everything just collapses and you you're forced to go back to the drawing board, which is not really sustainable for anyone. Then the difference between passive and active income. The first one is time commitment. On active income, you must commit your time. You must commit your time for you to be able to earn. And in other scenarios, you have to increase the time you're working for you to be guaranteed that you'll be earning this amount of money. In passive income, your income will continue with very minimal commitment as far as time is concerned. So you are guaranteed that whether or not I put my time in this specific thing, my income is guaranteed. Okay? Then income stability. In active income, there is more consistent, it is more consistent and reliable. There is some stability as far as active income is concerned. In passive income, it might really fluctuate based on the market rates, based on the marketing risks that you face as a business person. As I said, at times your properties might be full, at times your properties might not be full, at times you might invest in, let's say, in shares of a specific company and they don't make any profit, so you don't end up earning your annual dividends as a shareholder. So you face all these risks for passive income. Okay, sustainability. Now, suitability for different goals. For active income, it is more suitable for somebody with short-term goals and immediate financial needs. So if you're somebody with short-term goals, you have immediate financial needs, like I need to pay my rent, I need to pay my bills, then active income is good for you. Because for passive income, it is people with long-term financial goals. So if I have the capital, I need to build this thing, and this building might take even a year for it to complete. Then after a year, that's when I'll start earning. But even if I start earning, it will also take time for me to break even. I know everyone knows the break-even point is whereby you now start making profit as a business. You've returned all the investment capital, you've paid all the expenses, the loans. Now you're at a point where you're starting to make profit. That is the break-even point. So this may take time for you to even actualize like let's say you're a shareholder, you've invested in a company, you have to wait for the dividend to be paid out annually, not monthly, annually. So if you have bills that you have to pay for a month, if you have rental expenses, so you cannot really consider the passive income investment, but rather the active income, whereby you are paid once the job is done. Okay, so you are supposed to, first of all, everything I've advised is you are supposed to understand your financial needs. Okay, you're supposed to understand your financial needs and tell yourself, okay, currently this is what I can manage, but if you've saved enough, I will advise you to invest so that you are in a position to also earn this passive income without necessarily committing a lot of time to it. So with that said and done, I want to thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. Remember to like and subscribe, like and subscribe. Share your comments and I'll be able to look at them. I want to take this opportunity to wish you all a good day. Thank you.